Well, hello there, turbocharged fuzzinators. Lurks here, and this week we are unfortunately going to talk about some more really gross behavior that happened at a furry convention. Okay, don't worry, this is actually not going to be a negative video. We're actually going to be talking about how the hotel and the convention staff dealt with these situations really well. Not only that, but they set an example for how these types of things could be dealt with in the future. So we're talking about Motor City FurCon 2022. This happened a few weeks ago in Detroit. I'm sure it was an awesome con and everybody there had a great time, but there were some problems that had to be addressed. Now, the hotel notified the convention staff about some pretty disgusting issues that came up, and the convention staff did a great job of communicating to the attendees, hey, there were some problems. Here's how you can help prevent this kind of stuff from happening in the future. So what kind of problems am I talking about? Well, there were some issues similar to the infamous Rainforest 2015 and also kind of similar to the incident that happened at BLFC last year. Yeah, body substance type issues. Apparently there were multiple instances of people vomiting both in public bathrooms and all over their hotel rooms. Now, in the letter that MCFC wrote, they made it very clear that they understand that people are going to party at cons. You're seeing your friends for the first time in a while. It's an open and friendly atmosphere. A lot of people are going to party, they're going to drink, they're maybe going to do some other stuff. But when you bring it to excess to the point of throwing up all over public spaces and all over your hotel room, that crosses the line and it's no longer acceptable. Again, rather than being super accusatory, they kind of took an understanding tone and they were like, hey, listen, we know you're going to party, but please keep it within reason. Don't get drunk to the point where you're blacking out and throwing up all over the place. You're going to ruin your own time and you're going to make a disgusting situation for the hotel staff to have to deal with. So, not to be outdone by the people spewing green stuff all over the place, apparently there was somebody or multiple people pooping all over the place as well. Yeah, I'm serious, unfortunately. And as was said in the letter, this didn't look like a situation where somebody had an accident or was sick. It looked like it was done intentionally, both in public bathrooms and in some people's hotel rooms also. That is super disgusting. Just no, there's no appropriate time to do something like this. There just isn't. Stop it, bad furry. No pooping for you. Okay, so moving forward to the connection with Rainforest 2015, there were issues at this convention with baby furs. Now, there's nothing wrong with baby furs if you have a baby character. If you like to enjoy your time as a baby fur by wearing diapers or using other baby-type accessories, nothing necessarily wrong with that, but there was some very inappropriate behavior that happened at this convention related to it. Yeah, namely people leaving used adult diapers all over the place, in public bathroom stalls, on public bathroom stall countertops. Really? Trash cans in public areas filled with used diapers. Now, rather than totally freaking out about this stuff, the hotel did what they should have done. They communicated with the con staff communicated to the attendees. And kind of like the situation with people partying too much, they weren't overly accusatory. They were like, hey, we know there's a lot of good people in the baby fur community. We know most of you are very responsible. However, this is why this is inappropriate. It subjects the housekeeping staff to human body waste, which is really not cool. And it's just overly irresponsible and disgusting. And they even gave suggestions on how to properly dispose of these types of items, like double bagging them, disposing them in such a way that reduces the potential exposure to the hotel staff. Again, shouldn't have had to be brought up, should have been common sense, but it wasn't for some people. There were also some issues brought up with people being overly affectionate in public. We'll just leave it at that. And people sleeping in places where they shouldn't have been, like on the hotel floor, in their cars, stuff like that, because they didn't have room or they didn't have money to get a hotel room or whatever. And they addressed that as well. So why is this a positive video if some of this disgusting stuff happened? Well, it's positive because of the way that the hotel and the convention dealt with it. They just did a great job. Nobody freaked out. Nobody was pointing fingers. Nobody was lighting the torches and grabbing the pitchforks and going for a witch hunt. They did it in a respectful manner. They addressed the problem without being overly accusatory and nasty about it. First of all, the hotel communicated with the convention staff. They didn't freak out, start kicking people out of their rooms. They went to the staff. They said, hey, we have a problem. Actually, we have several problems. Here they are. Can we please deal with them? And the con staff didn't freak out either. They thought about the problem and they wrote a very respectful letter outlining the issues and outlining ways that people could prevent them in the future. I really think this is a shining example of how these situations can be dealt with in a manner that benefits everyone. It helps the hotel, especially the staff that have to deal with these nasty messes when they happen. It helps the reputation of the convention. And hopefully it educates some people that may have been irresponsible and done some of these things. Now, granted, a lot of this was inexcusable and shouldn't have been happening. People should have known better. But I'm just really happy to see the con put kind of as much of a positive spin as they could in addressing the issues. Convention staff often get criticized on how they deal with stuff like this or even more serious incidents. And I think Motor City FurCon did a great job and set a great example for the future in how they dealt with this particular situation. Now, with that said, furries, please, when you go to a convention, don't puke, poop, and leave dirty diapers all over the place. You know, is that too much to ask? All right, before I finish up for the week, thanks as always to our super amazing patrons. You are awesome. And if you want to be super amazing and awesome too, there's a link to our Patreon down in the description. And there's also some links where you can pick up some Ribbon Lurks merchandise if you are so inclined. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be back next week with more fuzzy content. Stay safe, stay fuzzy, and have a good one. Until then, Lurks, out of here.